All right. Good evening. Hey, what's up, team? How's she going? She going. Oh, man. I did it. I built my my air purification system. It's working great. Oh. Do we get right over the right? There. Did you perhaps raid me? Let me check. I thought I heard a sound here. Oh, yeah, you did. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Just getting started for the evening. Thanks a lot, Jay. Let me show you guys what we're going to be working on. We're going to start off with the robot because there's only a little bit left to do. So we can get that in the oven. and then we're going to switch to working on the anime character. Luna Maria. Hello, Luna Maria. Let's add some rivets. Gracias. I don't really have a favorite. I know it's kind of like a easy out, but it's true. I've made so much work over the years, and there tends to be more favoritism towards recently finished work because I feel like my work is always steadily improving. So my most recent stuff always feels like my best. But it's just too hard to kind of pick one and say, you know, oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Especially when I got like 8 active projects at any given time. So hey, thank you. I can't read your name, but thank you. Jay is fine. Oh, I can read your name, Jay. There's someone on Facebook with a different language, different characters. Mr. Sarab. Well, thank you. Hey, what's up, Anchor? You too. What's up, Clayton? Yeah, right. You know, it's those projects too that you grow from the most, the ones that you really had like a difficult thing to work through. If you push through and you emerge on the other side, you tend to grow quite significantly from those times. Oop. I always remember my first so my first work I was doing was StarCraft characters, mostly Zerg, which Zerg are just kind of like mutated bug creatures if you're not familiar. But I had taken on a commission to do a Space Marine, and it was the most. I had no idea how the heck I was going to do that. I had zero experience whatsoever making anything that's not some sort of grotesque bug monster. So, man, I remember just thinking how the heck I was gonna do it, and just trying to struggle through and figure it out. But eventually I did produce something, something that resembled a Space Marine. But through the fires of the struggle, I learned a lot about doing mechanical things, and that started that kind of the whole side of sculpting. This whole category was unlocked. Led me down the rabbit hole of really figuring out techniques to make those tasks much easier. Well, if anything, I've always been very brave with stuff like that. To boldly accept a job doing something that I have no idea how the heck I'm going to do. Through the fires of unexplored territory. I always knew in the back of my mind, though, that that somebody who hires me to do work has seen the work that I can produce, and they're not going to expect more than what I've shown. You know what I mean? They're going to expect what I have shown. So as long as I can at least make it as good as the stuff I've already done, it takes a lot of pressure off. Sometimes it's easy to get in your mind and be like trying to produce something beyond what you've ever done before and thinking your client's expecting that, so, but that's not realistic. They only expect you to do what you've done, not what. But if you're always constantly improving, you're always going to end up with clients that are very happy with the results, because it should be always a little bit better than what you've done before. It's a no-lose scenario. Also combined with the fact that things always look better in person than on camera. It really sets the stage for, making it very difficult to disappoint. I only expect things you haven't yet done. It does make me think about clients that do that like what goes on in their mind when they commission me to do something they haven't seen me do before. Because it's happened, so many times throughout my career. Maybe there's like an assumption that if you can do one thing or if you've shown a certain level of ability that you can, just jump into things. Which is the truth, you know, that's the reality. Like, I could sculpt a platypus. I've never done it before, but I could do that right now. Or anything that I have never done, I can do as long as I have reference. I think there's a lot of people on the other end of the spectrum where they don't think you can do something if they haven't seen you do it. But that's not true. Like, well, he's never done a whatever type character. I guess that means it's not in his wheelhouse. Prove it. If you tune in on Fridays, you can challenge me to prove it for a small fee, Clayton. Platypus pirate. Often play the idea of making a showreel of average work to adjust expectations for smaller budgets. Well, it's good to have examples of projects that a smaller budget could fit within. You know, that's what I usually do. To you know, if somebody's got a smaller budget and but I try to always deliver a high quality work. I just limit the composition instead of like limiting the detail, you know. The only thing I do that on is the troll heads. You know, that's probably my first step into limited detail and limited composition. But that's what makes a fun challenge. Yeah, part of me used to be against, part of me still is kind of against doing too much work where the level of detail is limited, because ultimately, let's say you're doing work for somebody, and you're doing it because they have a smaller budget. You're doing the detail work less, or making it less intricate. When other people view that work, they don't see the budget behind it, and they don't know all that stuff. I think naturally most people just assume whatever you're showing is your best work, you know, so it's kind of like that's something I've always kind of been wary of. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody sees like one of the troll heads I made, and that's the only work they've ever seen me do, they would naturally assume that that's it. You know, that's what I got. That's my best work. Yeah, right. You've only seen a fraction of my power. You just gotta be like one of those artists that always calls everything they're doing just a sketch, you know, like super elaborate finish work. Yeah, I just whipped this this quick sketch up here. Never proclaim anything as finished work. Just always say it's just a sketch, just a quick thing I just whipped up. So, anyways, I had set out on a quest to make a air filtration system for our bedroom because Emma's been getting like a stuffy nose at night and just didn't really know what was causing it. And there was also a few other like health things that were just randomly popping up that we attributed to like other things, like the missus was having kind of like eczema breakout. And when we had went to Wisconsin for that weekend, those symptoms had disappeared. So I assumed it was like the air quality here was just different, and that was what was causing it. So that's what started me building this system, which I did. I finished it. It's running and doing really good. But as I was installing it, I had plugged it in and set it right next to where the window unit air conditioner was. And I had noticed that there was kind of a musky smell coming from the air conditioner. And I look inside, and yeah, sure enough, there was mold in there. And then it all just like light bulb moment explosion in my brain. Like, aha. This was the source of the problem. Wasn't actually that, it wasn't an outside environment issue, it was just a issue in our house. So just a little PSA to everybody out there, make sure you check in your air conditioner systems, make sure there's no mold, because it's such a subtle thing. You just think there's random headaches and all these little health things you just think are this or that. But yeah, man, crazy. So I ripped them all out and threw them out in the shed, and then plugged up the air filtration system. So window units, yeah, it's just one of those things you don't really think. So you don't really think to keep a close eye on. It's just like so many things, man. It's like so many things you just like, so easy to kind of, a problem just kind of creeping in behind the scenes until it gets to the forefront. But you wish standing AC units were easier to take apart for that reason? Yeah. I think the window units I'll be able to totally take apart and just clean the heck out of them. That's what I'll do. But it's a big project, so I think we're far enough in the season that we don't need them anymore this year anyway. So, but yeah, geez, quite a discovery. I love how it all kind of came together, that I literally am plugging in this. I just knew something was up. I just didn't know exactly what it was. And I knew I was going to buy an air filtration system, but the one I wanted cost like $400. So I just duplicated I just made it myself from scratch. It doesn't have a monitor. It doesn't have any monitor system, but it has a fan speed control. That's pretty fancy. It's six. I got six 6 of the larger, quieter computer fans. And I essentially built a box. I mean, I can go grab it. Let me just go grab it and show you guys. I'm pretty proud of it. It's pretty cool. Of course, there might be a few little tweaks I need to do. Like I think I want to put a grate in front of the fans and all right, so you can see, well, it's kind of hard to show, but you got three fans on the top and 3 fans on the side here, and then it's got a HEPA 13 filter on the front. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So I think I want to get like a black mesh that goes over the front, and then covers for the top and the side. But that's it. It plugs in right there. You can see that little hole. There we go. This is a 4-inch HEPA 13 filter, so filters everything. That was probably the most. Actually, I don't know if that was the most. No, the most expensive part was actually the wood. Looks just like a computer case, essentially, like a wooden computer case. So I saw this exact same build, but it was made out of like a thin, like super thin kind of plywood material, and they were charging like $400 for it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna build it out of good wood, and then this will never go bad on me because you change the filters. If any of the fans go out, I can just swap those. So there we go. Does it come with 132 gigabytes of RAM? No, it's just the fans all daisy chained together, and then there's an outlet plug right here. It's a beast. That's right. So I just put this in the corner of the room, and yeah, there you go. And then so on the inside, I took hot glue, and I hot glued all the seam lines from the inside. So these fans all blow outwards, so blowing this way and up. And I could upgrade it to the other side too, so could add 3 more fans if I wanted to. And then yeah, so then it's shooting the air out of the box, and then that's creating the suction to pull the air in through the filter. So yeah, I used a hole saw for the holes, which was I had to bust out the old Obi-Wan Ryobi for that, so I didn't want to burn through my cordless. But yeah, worked out really good. Nice solid. All right, let me go plug it back in. All right. Yeah. I do, Matt Bricks, yeah. Yeah, I have I grow a lot of my own herbs and make some tinctures and stuff like that. Gardening and apothecary. All right, let's finish up this robot here so we can get this cooking. Here we got some purple opal basil and some lemon balm. I actually need to pull those down and put them in jars. Yeah, I have a pretty large backyard garden. I pretty much turn the whole backyard. There's like a small patch of grass, but everything else is all a sanctuary of plants, useful plants, herbs and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. Who is this robot? This is a original character of mine. It's for a class that I'm teaching, how to sculpt a robot. Trying to get caught up with my homework so we can continue the class. I'm holding everybody up. I am. I tell you, man, things got very busy where I just can't put as much time per week towards homework. Might have to plan our classes a little different moving forward, I think. I should just not plan any homework and just do a sculpt along, informative sculpt along instead of trying to hit a certain number of sessions or something, you know. Hey, what's up, Mr. Seb? We didn't know the backpack was a second character. Yeah, I didn't either. You know what happened was I just didn't like the I didn't like how things were looking, so I had to keep adding until I liked it. Now I like it. If I had kept the backpack more simple, it would have I wouldn't have liked it as much. And I really don't like not liking the work that I'm doing. You should get some flowers there too. Bees and butterflies are awesome to gawk at. Well, I do a lot of flowers, and you know what really attracts bees like crazy is sunflowers. Sunflowers really bring in tons of bees. I also get hummingbirds in my garden, those are really cool to see. And they zip in for a little drink of pollen. Potential sunflower honey. Have I ever been to a Ren fair? Yeah, of course. But of course. I've been to the one in Colorado and the Bristol one. Sunflower honey does sound good. Yeah, I don't keep bees, but who knows where they actually live. But I do attract bees. You know what really what started really showing up in the garden this year was those really big grasshoppers. I hadn't seen those in so long, but now they started showing up in the garden this year, which was really cool to see. I love how the little patch of land, once you start growing a flourishing garden, you can see all the wildlife kind of gathering. Now, you know what? I like to start with the face on actually like a flat piece of wood. That's been my most recent technique. You're in Australia and you're getting an unusual amount of giant grasshoppers this spring also. Yeah, I've not seen them here at all since, this is what, the 5th or 6th season here, and saw them for the first time. I also saw this beetle, which was really cool. It was like, let's see if I can find it. It was beetle. It was like green and orange, metallic looking. Green June beetle. I think that was it. Was that it? It might have been that one. Green June beetle. Can you barbecue grasshopper? Yeah, I think you can. Green June beetle, yeah, that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure that was it. Look like this. This one right here. It was the first time I ever saw one of those too. Really big ones. Big shiny gem. Shiny gem in the garden. No, she doesn't. Emma's like, she's like running around barefoot outside in the garden. collecting cicada bug shells and stuff like that. She's totally desensitized to interacting with nature. She gets the full-blown immunity-building childhood. Would you be down to make stop-motion animations with a sculpture you can make movable? Yeah, I would totally be down for that. I just don't have the time to pursue such endeavors. Wait, what else was I gonna look at? I can't remember. What were we talking about before I got distracted? Oh yeah. I was gonna show you how I like to sculpt heads now. Go to Instagram. So here's a good. So this is kind of how I start with like the plate of the face, kind of from the right behind the cheekbones, and just let you have really good control over the size and shape of your face, and then you bake it, and then you attach it to an armature, and then you fill in kind of the rest of the head and make any corrections and stuff like that. Ears, back of the head, usually bake it again, then you do the hair, then attach the neck, and yeah, so on and so forth. And if with a full character, usually I'll take the finished head, then build the armature, because then you can size up you can make the body fit the head and make sure everything's in proportion to the head. And then you kind of start building from there. That was just a bust, but same process. You can see me doing the same thing here. Yeah, see. Even with like an armored head, like a helmet. That's my current method for starting character heads. The methods are always changing, but that's where we're at for now. I definitely enjoy doing it that way. I think, was it the skeleton pirate that I really started doing it that way? I think it was. We did our first reel for troll heads right here. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. This is when we just did the troll, or it was a troll. Yeah, troll. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is all my wife's handiwork. She's the one who she films all this and does the editing, posting, all that stuff. That's her department. I'm just a cameo. Mm-hmm. I'm just smushing the clay around with sticks. Yeah. Hey, Matt. Catch you later, my friend. What's up, Cigna? How you doing? Well, I'm sure glad you like it there, Luna. Super like it. Sehr gut. Jawohl. Voll Schuhen. Hey, thanks, Signa. Toll. What's up, Principe? All right, let's get that cooking. Oh wait, one more thing. Right under here on this side needs to be some clay. So it stays in position. let's get that in the oven. I'll lock in that leg here. And these here and the tube connectors. I'll be right back. We're gonna switch to working on the anime character's weapon. Okay. You know what? Lift my chair up here. Oops. Okay. And now we gotta finish this. Hey, what's up, Nick? Hey, Aaron's. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, kind of like that. Gothic. That's a good way to put it. Very Dante Inferno kind of inspired. Hey, Saradine. Saradini. Nice. It all starts to make sense now. Oh, right. She's on YouTube. Treason. Clayton feels very betrayed, Saradini. Just wanted to forward that message. Ah. They stole it from you. They're just celebrating Hobbit Day by taking the precious from you. It's one of the celebrations. They stole it from us. Well, it's already stuck together with a steel stick and super glue. But we're going to sculpt the edge to really bring it together. This whole edge here is going to get sculpted on. Okay. Oh, yeah? This week's was fun. There was some good ones this week, or last week. Sorry.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Mr. Blue Star. Hey. First subscriber of the evening. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Dragon Tears. 43 months of support. Thank you very much for sticking with me. The light that flickers within you is the spark of hope that will light the way for others. Hope.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Year 2 sub from Mellow, 38 months. How you doing, Mellow? Cornish Pixie or Wolfman Pureblood? Make your choice. Going with the Pureblood. Courage is not about the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it. Isn't that true? That's true. Thank you very kindly for your support there, Mellow. I appreciate that.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
How you doing there, Kantar? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream, my friend? Akari reading. Oh, cool. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you're happy. Thank you for supporting my work. To go back and check out your VOD. I always like watching unboxings. You said it's yesterday? Oh, okay. It was actually like a week ago. Kantar's really out of touch with time. Yesterday, hour 52 mark. Okay. Thank you very much. Go. Definitely gonna check it out. You had the tiger guy, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Hey, Deagle. Good evening, friend. Time has no more meaning for you. Yeah, a little bit of mixed media in there. The missus has been busy working on the latest edition of the troll heads. We went a little bit crazy this last round. Look at that mixed media sunglasses. I gotta turn on the filter. Hold on. There we go. Then we got a frog man here. Frog pirate. Spider Jerusalem, that's right. So somebody requested. The fourth one's being painted right now, I am imagining. Yeah, I like all three, but the frog definitely hits all the notes. So we do those on Fridays. So if you guys tune in Fridays, you can commission a troll head to be made. Comes in a nice packaging, just like this. They're all numbered, so numbered and signed, collector's editions. This is how they started. They seem to be evolving. It's a aspect of the trade I just can't turn off. Better and better. Any sort of requests you have of whatever type of character, whatever you want to challenge. Now this Friday I won't be here. I'll be out of town, but I think the following Friday. Waifu request number 2. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, sure. It'll probably be better than the first one. The more chances I get to do something, the better I get at it. So those are commissioned. So it's 75 for a head painted with the packaging and everything, or 50 for unpainted. We've been doing like 4 each Friday. You just gotta tune in. You gotta tune in on Friday to request one if you want to get one. It's always 11 a.m. Central Time is when we kind of start making those. So yeah, I am open for commission work. My door's always open. I actually did Morgoth, Sammy. Do we have the Morgoth footage up yet? I don't know if we do, actually. Let's see. Only seen. Yeah, I don't know if we have the footage yet. Negative. Okay. Yeah, I actually did a sculpture of Morgoth in my own kind of version based on sketches done by what's that? Mr. Houston Herard. Memories fading of old Houston. Yeah, my door's open. Just feel you can email me, info@cnotbusch.com. If you can't figure out the exclamation point sales, will give you the link, but hold on 1 second. Or you can go to my website. There's a contact form there. More Morgoth. We need more Morgoth. Morgoth was a fun project, that's for sure. It's hard to say exactly. I don't know. That's the reality. I just don't know. I've never known. There's a lot of factors and variables that make it very difficult to put any sort of even a rough timeline on stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of characters out there in the world. A lot of people don't like taking on. I think when it comes to making a sculpture, there's less, I guess, non-described characters that are, where the look of which is invented. You know what I mean? Usually, illustrators, drawers are the ones that are doing that. I love doing those kind of pieces though, where I just have like a word description to go off of. Definitely a lot of fun. Right, and it's because the look of Sauron, or the canonized look, has been established. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing: Weta makes most of the collectibles for the Lord of the Rings universe, and they're not going to spend the money to produce a piece. The sculpting and the production and all the whole pipeline. They're not going to spend that kind of time and money unless it's something they know is going to do well. You know what I mean? They just launched, Weta Workshop just launched a piece. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. It was like the whole cast. No, don't look at Jones's bad pictures, okay? Just wait for us to finish the edit. It'll be. Don't look at those flash photography, terrible angle photos. Don't even look at it. Let's get out with this guy. What was that? What a workshop. It was like a They just came out with a piece, Shire Folk Special. Oh yeah, they came out with that game. Lord of the Rings. Galadriel. Right here, Master Collection, this one right here. This one they just launched. So again, you know, all canonized, described characters. And so they put a lot of effort into producing something like this. And I think they did, how many of them were there? I think like 300 or something of them. 389. Yeah. But the amount of money it takes to, and like time to like make something like this and then create a whole production line and, you know, all that stuff, they need to know that it's going to be a good investment. They sold out. They cost $5,000 each for one of the limited editions. I think we did the math on it. Let's see. It was like, what was it? What is it? $389 at 5,000. So 389 times $5,000. It's just shy of 2 million. So I'm sure they made profit, because even if you subtract the costs of making such a thing, I'm sure there's some nice juicy profit margins there. But yeah, so they're not going to make, this is where people like me come into play though, where there's characters that most people don't really know, or they're not. Jones was eyeballing it. I don't know if he actually did buy one, but I think he said they sold out like 30 seconds after they launched it or something like that. How many hours have you been working on this piece? This piece, the one we're currently working on? Let's see, we're on day, what are we on? We're on day 17, so maybe average 5, so 17 times 5. 85 hours on this one so far. Yeah, so they're always going to pick things that they know there's going to be enough people that are going to want to buy a statue of it, you know? And it's not going to be the characters that the movie didn't portray. But a good news is there's people like me to bring like things like that to life. And I'll do it for less than $2 million, I promise. $1.5 million. That's a great deal. Hooray. Deal. No. Quite a fraction of the cost. That's a bargain. We went to the Weta Cave's birthday. What's that? The cave has a birthday? A cave is born? A cave was born this day. Yeah, maybe it's also a like a licensing issue. Like with the established canonized movie characters, they're able to get license for that a lot easier or something. I don't know. Who knows? All that bureaucratic nonsense. It'd be so cool to be a fly on a wall at some of these places. We should make a YouTube channel called Fly on a Wall, where we go and get invited to like companies like this and get some like behind the scenes intel on how they make decisions like that and everything that goes on behind the scenes. Well, like for example, if you have a designer design a character from a book, I'm not sure how that works with copyright. The rights holder already signed off on like how Gimli looks from the movies, you know, so maybe it's easier to get them to sign off on statues as long as it has the likeness close to that or something. I did a Gimli wall hanger, if you want to see. It's on my Be Right Back reel. Let's see if I could find it here. There he is. Mr. Gimli. That was a pretty big one. Big wall hanger. I would not shy away from life-size requests. It's just a life-size piece would have to have a significant budget. But no, I wouldn't shy away from someone wanting a life-size piece. I would face the challenge head on, as if I knew exactly what I was doing every step of the way. I've thought about it quite a bit actually over the years. I know how I would approach such a quest. There's a few different ways to approach it. But yeah, I would just take a crazy a client crazy enough to be the first to commission me to do my very first life size. Oh yeah, it would take a long time. That's why we would need a extensive budget. So those life-size pieces that you see at the conventions, you know, those are done by this guy named Steve Wang. And you know, they spare no expense with the way they produce those. They sculpt parts out of like monster clay or Chavant. Then they make huge molds and they cast parts out of silicone, you know, for like skin, you know, realistic looking skin. And you know, like the armor and stuff, they cast out of resin. And then they use a lot of mixed media for like you know, real leather and real cloth and stuff. So hey, thank you. Thank you. You'll see the video footage of it once the missus edits it. It'll get posted on our website once it's ready. Just have to stay tuned. We're talking big money. Yeah, you know, that would be the hard thing, is I'd really have to make sure I charge appropriately, because the thing about big projects is it's much more painful if I undercharge, which I have a bad tendency of doing. So I'd have to be really meticulous about making sure we big projects, yeah, they do. That's that easy. Oh yeah. It's possible. Of course, it's possible. You might have to use slightly different materials for certain things, but I was thinking, I would be wild and crazy enough to actually attempt doing it out of cast clay, and maybe make a. All right, sounds good, Deagle. Deagle's gonna make it happen, I believe. You know, I could factor in the cost of a pizza warmer to use as an oven. You know, those big cabinet size pizza warmers that they have like the hot and ready pizzas in. Sauna or a smokehouse. Yeah, exactly. Figure out some sort of like extra large oven situation. But no, then you just design everything to kind of come apart, you know. Like if it's like a humanoid, like the forearm section, the hand, like it all kind of comes apart. By, you know, 7 industrial size rolls of aluminum foil. And then you have to build the armature out of a, you know, welded angle iron. You know, weld a custom frame using a angle iron or something. Rebar. You ever worked in? I have not. I've never done any work for movies. The extent of my working for companies is more of on the lines of promotional or social media stuff. And usually it's with game companies. Yeah, Arnold, can you please send me 200 pounds of cosplay? Hey, Arnold, remember that deal we had where I get all the clay for free from you? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send me a whole pallet. If you could just pay for the shipping on that too, that'd be great. Thanks, buddy. He would, you know what? He would probably do it because I'd be the world first person to make a life-size piece out of cosplay. That's worth the promotion, right? Oh my goodness. Don't be shy. Yeah. I wonder how many boxes of cosplay would it take to make a life-size piece. I know there's this clay called bees putty made in it's a polymer clay made in Germany by this fella named Stefan, and he made a life-size, like a large life-size gnome out of that clay, but he's the one who produces it himself. I think he ended up casting it and making it the final one out of bronze, though. It would work, yeah. It would definitely work. I know that for sure. It would just be over engineering the armature. That's all we would do. Lots of planning with the proportions, getting proportions right. Mm-hmm. Maybe we would bulk out with foil over the steel armature, and then maybe a layer of epoxy clay over the foil to kind of keep everything compacted, and then the detail layer on top of that with cosplay. Each section of the character would be like the size of one of the sculptures that I do. Mimic was life-size, that's true. Oh, that's another one we got the footage for as well. I don't think we have that one posted yet either. Pretty sure this is how Clayface from Batman was unleashed. Korvik. Is there anything you could use instead of foil? Well, the question is there anything that you could use that would be better than foil at doing that job? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is. Because foil is lightweight, oven safe, sculptable, fairly inexpensive. Kind of hits all the notes. I know when they do large sculptures out of that Paltaya stuff, they still use foil with that as well. It's just a good bulking medium. Wood maybe, yeah, but there's a lot of weight with wood. It's not as easy to sculpt. It takes a lot more work to kind of shape it. It's got a lot of variable, like unpredictability, like wood expands and contrasts, and there's also the possibility of sap or something like that during your baking. I don't know. I don't think wood is better than foil for bulking. Pink foam is really great for bulking, but you can't use that with polymer clay. It's lightweight, easy to form, fairly inexpensive, but it can't be heated, can't be baked. So if you were going to use epoxy clay, you could go with pink foam. I always thought it'd be cool to work for those companies that make those large props for business events and conventions and stuff like that. Just to absorb all their techniques and then leave. All right, guys, this is our new guy, cnotbusch. He's just joining us for a little while here. Hang out for like 6 months. I have learned all I can from this place. Goodbye. When I was a teenager, I interned at one of those prop warehouses. Oh, yeah? It's pretty cool. Did you absorb everything and then leave? Made rocks, painted backdrops, yeah. Yeah, when I was in high school, I actually was I was the person that did all the set building for a lot of the plays. So I have a little bit of experience with that stuff, larger stuff. Using like chicken wire and paper mache and stuff like that. High quality grade A meat. Some beef brisket. We're just gonna bulk out this here sculpture with these $100 slabs of beef brisket. They've been smoking for 36 hours. Got a nice crust, nice bark on them. By the time you would know that the interior is beef brisket, it's not going to be the pleasant kind of surprise. What is this foul smell of death seeping into the room? The architect, how you doing? Mostly you did cleaning up and organizing hires. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I just thought it'd be really sweet if to work for a place like that. Or like, you know, I'm sure there's got to be companies out there that do like props for amusement parks, you know, like those fiberglass creations you always see at like you know, the guys who made the McDonald's characters at the McDonald's play place, you know, a long time ago, the ones sitting on the park bench. That kind of stuff would be really cool to get into. You know, designing amusement park scenes that have to look good, but also have to be like easy to clean and durable, and you know, cool engineering challenge. I bet you there's like one company. It can't be that many companies, right? It's not like there's new amusement parks going up every day. Like, where does the guy who's starting his amusement park today go to get like custom amusement park props made? There's probably this like company that's been around for like decades that everyone calls upon. There's this guy I follow on YouTube that does these kinds of pieces over in the UK, and he does them out of literal giant pieces of white foam, and then carves the foam with like wire brushes and stuff, and then coats the exterior of the foam with styrofoam with like a sticky back aluminum foil, and then does fiberglass over the whole thing. What's that guy called? What's that guy's name called? Giant sculptures made with styrofoam and fiberglass. UK guy. There we go. I'm so glad that searching on the internet got so easy. Aiden Hines, that's his name. Aiden Hines. I can just. Who needs to remember things anymore? Yeah, this guy does ridiculous stuff. I like watching his YouTube channel. Polystyrene, styrofoam carving, fiberglass molding, and scenic sculpture. Let's see here. He does these like props for movies. Just giant pieces of random stuff. So let's see. No. Personal work? No. This is the guy right here. Oh, look at Deagle's on it. You can always tell by the look of the website. It's got that same vibe. Like super like they have the same website from like when internet first came out. It's like the same one they paid for. Yeah, okay, this is pretty much kind of like the same kind of guy here. Aiden's is the same. Yeah, I mean, you can see this guy does like huge things. Look at this. Look at this one right here. Look at that one. Isn't that nuts? I can't even imagine what it costs to commission something like that. I should just email him and be like, oh, yes, I am looking to get a giant 500 feet tall teddy bear for an upcoming teddy bear convention. Could you perhaps quote me for such a thing? Just out of curiosity. It's pretty nuts, man. You can do it. I think I even saw I think some of the projects he's even done like where I think he has like a giant CNC machine that will like kind of cut out the pieces of foam. This is a really terrible oh wait, okay, wait, hold on. That's the portfolio. Okay. Man, it was so hard to find. Museum. Unusual advertising. I don't know. It could be risky. Exhibition and display. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at this right here. These giant Hulk fists. What are those? Oh, Skyland. Giant Skylanders. Look at that. It's pretty cool. See, there's the size of a person in case you missed it. Yeah, I'm Sarah. Yeah, my name is Sarah. Sarah 30. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy. Crazy the amount of things. Giant poker chips probably for, big tournament or something. All kinds of events and random things. Yeah, just a giant brick wall, Yes, hello, sir. We need a giant brick wall, stone wall for our event. Pretty interesting, man. Giant block of ice. Warner Brothers Happy Feet DJ stand. Mannequin figures for television advert. Hello, yes, I need 400 basic mannequin figures for a commercial we're shooting. We need it tomorrow. Where do you store things like? I don't think he's got like a huge facility. You can see it's like this guy's got a huge, massive workshop. It's not like, and he's got a whole team of people. And they usually deliver these themselves. They have their own box truck. It's quite an impressive thing. Giant bottles. Made for an exhibition space. You get the idea. Worlds within worlds, that's for sure. There's so many worlds within worlds in this world. It's that realization that every time you see something that it's made by somebody, you know? Like at a concert or event. Somebody had to make that thing. Yeah, it makes you wonder what they do with those after the events are over. They're probably right in the garbage. This guy just picks it up and sets it right on top of the tiny like dumpster. Just like cram it in there a little bit, like only one corner's fitting in there. Oh man. Like, well, that was fun. On to the next thing. Well, it would be cool to interview that guy and just ask like how do you even begin to build a business like that, you know? To like start in a garage doing like you know, middle-sized props and then just slowly scaled up from there. Or was it already an established thing that he just kind of took over? Oh, hi, Sarah. By the way, if a giant 400-foot tall fiberglass teddy bear ends up on your front stoop there, it wasn't me, Sarah. Also, don't mind the extra charges that are coming in on your account for the next couple of weeks. It's just, I have to do some research. I hope you don't mind. Just sign for it, okay? Well, we were talking about life-size pieces, and it brought up this guy that I've watched for a while named Aiden Hines. And he does these really large, like, kind of like random sculptures for events, concerts, like you name it. But they're always really big, kind of like show pieces. And I was gonna use your identity to contact him to find out what he would charge for stuff like that. Particularly a 500-foot tall teddy bear. It was inspired by I'll show you the photo. Oh, it was. Go back. Right here. It was inspired by this photo right here. Yeah, maybe it's probably about 200 feet tall. Hey, what's up, Plankwalker? Good day. Well, so the way he does it is he like stacks up big, huge chunks of that white, the styrofoam that when you buy a new TV, the big white styrofoam that leaves the mess everywhere if you break it. That stuff. Just stacks it up and it makes a giant rectangle, and then uses a hot wire knife and cuts out the basic shape from like both angles, and then just starts carving it with he's got these like pieces of wood, like a wood paddle with a bunch of nails hammered into the wooden paddle, and just uses that as like a giant rake. And it's just absolute mess everywhere. Just tiny little styrofoam balls sticking all over the place. Yeah, I think he's used a machine to do like more kind of like meticulously accurate pieces. Kind of like a giant CNC machine for foam. Oh, I can see. I can imagine because he's got a YouTube channel where he shows the whole process on like fast forward. That's how I discovered him. I know exactly how he looks after a long day of foam carving. Exactly how you would imagine. His lungs. Well, I don't think it makes dust. I think that's probably why he uses that type of foam, because it's inexpensive and when you're carving it, it doesn't make dust. The dust pieces are about this big, size of a foam ball. Can't really get in the lungs, you know. Hey. Is it sequoia? Sequoia? Sequoia. Am I saying that right? Welcome. How was your stream? Thanks for the raid. Hey, thank you. Doing good. Yeah, just kind of we sculpted one side of this, we duplicated it to the other side, and now we're kind of sculpting this seam line away so it looks more like that. One step closer to the finished prop. So it's kind of like a weapon that our character is holding. Big detailed ornate cross, metal cross. Very Dante's Inferno-esque. That's for this anime character. She's holding it kind of like this. Like a giant shield. In case the garlic runs out. The character is like I said, it's a Dante's Inferno inspired. It's like kind of gothic anime style. It's a particular character. I just can't tell you exactly from what yet. It's still a secret hidden in plain sight. Shh, shh, shh. It'll all make sense in time. Okay. I'll have to continue this later. It's looking really nice, so that cleaning up that edge really brings it together into a nice solid object. I think we'll end up doing the underside here and over here, and then probably baking it and then doing the rest. right. We also got the good chunk done on the robot. We still got to do the kneecap, the hip, and the arm. And yeah. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining me this evening. I'm gonna get out of here, get some rest, and we'll regroup tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we'll be working on the chess set, and tomorrow evening, skeleton pirates painting. I'm excited for that. Yeah, always good to see you there, Sarab. All right. Where can I drop you guys off?
Spare a coin for an old beggar.
Hey, thanks a lot, Deagle. I appreciate it. Thank you for your tip, my friend. I'll drop you guys off with Shannon Van Pelt doing some sculpture work. Shannon Van Pelterson. Oh. All right. Till next time, friends. Bye-bye.